Hello, hello, hello. Yes, sir. It's that time. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on a daylight savings. First day of daylight savings. It's 10 o'clock. Yesterday, it was 11 o'clock at this time. It is what it is. That's how they roll right now. And you know who I am. I am JT, a.k.a. the Master. And this is the Master Plan. Old school beat. Yes, sir. Old school beat. It's week 10 in fantasy football. Excuse me, week 9. I'm getting ahead of myself. Week 9 in fantasy football. And I'm going to try to break down all these games for you to make you feel a little bit comfortable. Hopefully give you a little bit of insight in what I'm thinking in fantasy football. And see if we can come out with a win for you this week. Maybe you're 8-0. If you're that fortunate. I know one guy in my division, in one of my leagues, is 8-0. And there's no way I'm getting ahead of him unless he goes on a horrible losing streak. So I'm second right now. Okay? I got a hairy game against one of my one of the guys I know in the league. It is what it is. But 8-0, 7-1, 6-2, 5-3, 4-4, 3-5. If you're 3-5, this is a crucial week. 4-4, you can deal with a loss, but it's getting close. But if you're 3-5, you need to win this week. No two ways about it. 3-5, 2-6, you might as well pack it in. I can almost say you might as well pack it in because you get one more loss, and in most leagues, you get 7 or 8 losses. You're going to be toast. Let me put it that way. Not too many people, not to say it can't be done, are going to be able to get into the playoffs at 6-8, maybe 7-7. But you got to be on the positive side of 500, 8-6 and up. Get 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, those type of records. Have those type of wins in order to get in the playoffs. I'm trying to get you there. Hopefully, you're in even money like a couple of my leagues I am in 4-4. I can deal with another loss, okay? Not that I want to, but if you're 3-5, you don't want to be 3-6. You do not want to be 3-6. So hopefully, the players that are on buys, such as the San Francisco 49ers, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let me bring up bye weeks, and then we'll talk about that. Who's on bye weeks? Give me a minute here, and I'll bring up who's exactly on bye weeks, and then we can go from there. Let me do this. And we get in here, and then we look at the what we got to look at, and off the top of my head, and I know I should be doing this, but I'm doing it off the top of my head. Straight, we'll go here. Week 9, the San Francisco 49ers, like I said, the Denver Broncos, Pittsburgh Steelers, and Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants, 6 teams. So did I name 6 teams? San Francisco 49ers, the Denver Broncos, Pittsburgh Steelers, Cleveland Browns, New York Giants, and the Dallas Cowboys. So you got 6 teams with a lot of fantasy relevance coming from players coming out of those teams that are sitting on the sidelines. can't get you any fantasy points. So for most teams, and I'm not saying all teams, for most teams, the scoring, the amount of points that you're going to accumulate are going to be below your average for most teams because you don't have some heavy hitters that may be in your lineup that are on bye weeks, week 9. So you have to rely on backup players and players that are going to produce, and hopefully they can produce and get you a viable playoff win. Now, I want to go through. In fact, I'm going to go through the matchups for this week. Quite naturally, without those teams that are on buys. So we're going to go into the games and my opinion of who and what you should play in those games. Quite naturally, I'm not going to go with the Philadelphia and Texas game because that's played on Thursday. I never do that. I'm always talking about the Sunday games and the Monday night game. And some players that, if I come to mind, some players that you may want to pick up. Anyway, let's go this way. All right. We start off with the one. Wow. We start off with a 1 o'clock game. The Los Angeles Chargers at the Atlanta Falcons. And I'll go this way. I'll go to home team, and then I'll deal with the road team. We'll do that. And you know, Mr. FSP is here, and I'm only seeing his military picture versus wherever he's at or whatever he's doing. I'm only going to see his voice. This should not be a recurring thing. Are you there, Mr. FSP?
First of all, I'm going to need you to say Sergeant First Class Gardner because I'm on duty making time to jump on the show.
I appreciate it, Mr. Sergeant First Class.
So you know when you say yeah, this is not. I'm like, come on, dude, don't do me like that. I told you what detail I was on yesterday. I told you that.
Well, you know what? I can't remember everything. I got my life doesn't just evolve around Sergeant Gardner. Okay.
Oh, I know, but don't dog me out.
Don't
dog me out, though.
Well, you know what? It's no problem.
I'm driving, actually. I'm driving. We just got finished the detail in this driving rain that's about to turn into snow. So I got to come back up here later on. Nothing. Oh, man, and this gate closed. Oh, Jesus. Now I got to drive around. Anyway, let's get on with the show. I see you invited everybody in the league to the show instead of posting it in the league chat. You were smart because I was gonna get you, but you were smart about it.
Mama didn't raise no dummies, man.
Well, I don't know about that part, but okay.
That's all right. Anyway, we're talking about the Atlanta Falcons and the Los Angeles Chargers who are visiting Atlanta Falcons. So since you're on here, you have the privilege of taking the Los Angeles Chargers, and I'll take the Atlanta Falcons, and I'll go first.
All right.
I know Cordell Patterson is back, and everybody who's a Cordell Patterson fan, and I'm not knocking him. Wait a minute. Okay, just calm down. I'm not knocking him, but I don't expect a lot, Cordell Patterson, in the first week coming off of IR. Most players, and there's always an exception, but most players coming off an injury for an extended period of time are integrated slowly into the offense or their defense, depending on what their position is. And I expect that of Cordell Patterson. So they have 3 running backs, and I expect those 3 running backs are going to be used. How much is going to be used? Only the coaching staff knows that. Uh, if you're a Cordell Patterson fan, I would not recommend playing Cordell Patterson a lot because I don't think he's going to be used uh, overly used. Let me put it that way. Like he never missed a beat. I got to believe they're going to incorporate him into the offense gradually. Meaning next week probably he'll get a full load. This week, I don't think that's going to happen. Tyler Algier and Caleb Huntley are the other two running backs slash wide receiver, which is Cordell Patterson. I don't think they're going to be fantasy relevant in this game. I mean, if they catch a touchdown, okay. But how much past the touchdown are they going to get? Drake London, I'm not feeling Drake London in this game at all. He started off pretty good, and he definitely got phased out or is minimally used. Kyle Pitts, minimally used. I don't know what the heck Arthur Smith is doing in that offense. The only one I know and like, and I'm going to say it, a kicker. One of the best kickers, believe it or not, percentage-wise, in the league is Young Ho Koo. That's a fact. Young Ho Koo. So I like playing Young Ho Koo in this fact. And no one else. Believe it or not, no one else in this offense, because I can't rely on anything in this offense to be fantasy relevant. Talk to me, Mr. FSP, about the LA Chargers.
Well, firstly, I'd like to say it's interesting how you like Young Ho Koo. Because, of course, we know you like Young Ho.
Oh,
but,
stop.
well, I'm saying you said you like Young Ho. That's his name.
I
You
never
like
said
Young
that.
Ho.
Yeah, the kicker.
I know. His name is Young Ho.
Okay.
You just like Young Ho.
Go ahead.
Anyway.
Go ahead.
Anyway, I will say that on the Charger side, they're dealing with a plethora of injuries. But DeAndre Carter expected to play. And as I said on my show yesterday, the FSP show, 10 a.m. East Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Carter is a kick returner, talented wide receiver, and he can be their little jet sweep guy as well. I love him in this matchup versus the Atlanta secondary. Further, I know Allen is out because, both their starting receivers, Allen and Williams, are out. I'm not going to say the young kid, what's his name? It begins with a P, lost it that quick.
Joshua Palmer.
Anyway, Palmer. Yeah, Palmer. I'm not going to say play him because he's an unproven commodity in my book. I haven't seen him play. He hasn't been in the league or hasn't contributed that much, so I can't tell you how he's going to play. But Gerald Everett, and of course you've got Herbert and Eckler, but Everett, I believe, is going to be the huge beneficiary of this depleted receiving core. Also, I will agree with you that Pitts, even though in the past 2 weeks he scored, right? But it's going to be a different animal when you have that strong safety covering you for the Chargers. Yeah, you might as well close down shop because Pitts ain't going to get nothing on that defense. The problem is the defense might give up the run. They might give up the run to Huntley and Algier and all that. That's where they're weak at. That is where that defense is weak at. So I definitely would not play the Chargers defense. But that's what I got.
Okay. Let's move on to the next game, which would be the Chicago Bears at the Miami Dolphins at the Chicago Bears. I'm getting off easy here because I got the Chicago Bears, which is home, and you have the Miami Dolphins. You know what? I know Justin Fields has been, I would say, on fire, but he's been trending up basically because he's using his legs more. I think the offensive coordinator and the head coach have decided to use his leg more in the offense. Um, I, I know Miami defense is not as good as they were last year. Let me put it that way. They can be run on. They can be passed on. But who do I tell you to play in this? Man, this is a dilemma here. Let me put it this way. Okay, I can phrase it this way. Justin Fields is a good quarterback to play in two quarterback leagues. He's a good quarterback to play, not a very good. He's a good quarterback to play if you need a quarterback in a two quarterback leagues. This is basically a running team. Basically, these two guys, meaning Montgomery and Khalil Herbert, are viable flex starts because they are a running back by committee. You don't know which one is going to be the best of the two backs, but they will get quality touches. So I can honestly tell you that they can be put in the flex position because the fact is these guys are going to be able to eat against this Miami defense. Darnell Mooney, I can't. There's no way. There's no way. He may not. This is not a strong passing offense. I'm telling you, it's a run offense. So other than that, against this Miami defense playing at home, not the Miami defense, but the Miami defense in Chicago playing at home. I'm gonna have to go with another kicker, Cairo Santos, who is a very accurate kicker. I know this is crazy, but because I don't normally talk about kickers, but in these two circumstances, that these kickers, at the game before in this game, at home, really at home, and I think it's supposed to be a little windy, if I'm not mistaken, in Chicago. I think that it's not going to be ideal weather in Chicago, which is nothing different. Windy Chicago. I would still play kicker, and not too much in the passing game. That's saying that Darnell Mooney is not a good option for me, but because of his running ability, Justin Fields is an option in two quarterback leagues. Mr. FFC, Miami Dolphins.
I agree with you 110%. If you watched college football and you saw the Northwestern versus Ohio State game, the wind was horrendous. It was downright disrespectful. So, what does that mean for Miami? That passing attack, I'm not expecting much, especially if Tua doesn't have that strong arm to cut through that wind. I am expecting a strong running attack from them. So, Chase Edmonds, I believe he was traded away.
Yes, he was.
Which one was? So it's Morris that's the lone back there now.
Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson Jr.
Yes. So Mostert and Jeff Wilson Jr. are going to get a lot of work, in my opinion, and a lot of short-range passes, if any, coming out in this game. Also, I agree with you about the passing attack for Chicago. They added Chase Claypool, great, who's said to play anywhere between 10 and 35 snaps. They also get Khalil Harry back, but I don't think it's going to matter. I hearken this back to the game one, Jerry. Remember game one of the season?
Yeah.
When San Fran went to Chicago and played in a monsoon?
Yep.
I hearken it to that type of game. And it was a running game. Even though Justin Fields threw for a touchdown to Dante Pettis, there was not that much passing going on. So that's what I think it's gonna be like. Maybe not as rainy, but the wind and the hawk will be out. That's what I got.
Okay, we move on to the next game. We're moving right along with these games, people. Carolina Panthers at the Cincinnati Bengals. All right, people. You play Joe Burrow in this game. Joe Mixon, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd. You know why I didn't mention? And you know, even Hayden Hurst is going to get a nice little taste against the Carolina Panthers. You know why? These guys are going to eat more because Jamar Chase is out. He's got a few more weeks before it's a possibility of him coming back.
6 weeks.
Yeah, so you figure that he would got injured 2 weeks ago, so he's got at least
Yep.
a month. He's got at least a month left, at least a month, if things go well. If things don't go well, then it may be an extended period of time longer. Who knows? You got to wait and see. But those guys, Joe Burrow, who throws the football, quite naturally, the quarterback, Joe Mixon, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Hayden Hurst. That's 5 players. 5 players from that team that are fantasy fantasy relevant that you can play. Now, I know not too many people have 2 or 3 of these guys on their team. Most teams have at least one. Some teams may have stacked them with Joe Burrow along with the wide receiver or one of the wide receivers. Quite naturally, I would definitely use it. But that's who I have with the Cincinnati Bengals. Mr. FSP, and I know you're going to leave this guy out, but I'll wait and see what happens, and then we'll go from there. You have the Carolina Panthers.
All right, so PJ Walker. Why? Not really interested in playing him. DJ Moore. You got to play him because PJ's going to throw him the ball, but how many receptions he'll get, don't know. Donta Foreman. You got to play him. His backup. You got to play him. Why? I don't believe that this team, even though they found a way to stay in games and should have won last week, they're making hay without CMC, which was interesting to me. That defense, though, I believe is keeping them in games. J.C. Horn playing really good. I'm not saying play that defense because I think, just like Jerry, Cincinnati's going to blow the roof off of them. This is going to be a pass-happy game if Cincinnati has their way. That is not P.J. Walker's strong suit. He's a good quarterback, but he's not I'm going to get in a shootout type quarterback and be successful. So I think they'll get in field goal range. They may get in field goal range a few times. But outside of that, I'd have to play Foreman if that's my number 1 or number 2 running back. And I'm playing DJ Moore. But not too many other people. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. I know I figured you were going to forget about this guy, but that's okay. Most people don't know about this kid. I liked him last year. I thought he was going to do something, but it didn't pan out. I think he got hurt near the end of the year anyway and didn't play for the rest of the year. I like Terrace Marshall in this game as a sleeper. I like Terrace Marshall.
Okay.
He got a little bit more looks. He's gradually gotten a little bit more looks week to week to week. I like Terrace Marshall in this. I mean, quite naturally, Cincinnati's going to key in on DJ Moore because he's the, in quotation marks, designated number 1 wide receiver. PJ Walker may decide, I'm not going to DJ Moore. I'll go to Terrace Marshall. He's at what, 6'6"? I think he's 6'6", if I'm not mistaken.
6'4".
Yeah.
6'4".
Yeah. Big, tall wide receiver with a wide catch radius. I like Terrace Marshall as a sleeper in this matchup. Oh, let's go to. I love this. I can't wait to see this.
On that, hey, real quick. Yeah. On that, you might be right because Terrace Marshall did work with PJ on scout teams and stuff like that.
Yep.
So there may be a chemistry there that might develop. So that's actually a very good sleeper.
Okay. Anyway, let's move on to, and I've said this over and over again, it doesn't make a difference what their record is. In division matchups, you saw it last week against Cleveland and Cincinnati. You'll see it again this week. Not saying the same results, are going to happen. But it's a division matchup, and it's a long division matchup that's been going on for quite a while. It's the Green Bay Packers reeling from a 3-game losing streak against the Detroit Lions in Detroit. I'll take Detroit. Mr. FSP is going to take Green Bay. I wouldn't play. I know. I'm going to be talking about the wide receivers, but I wouldn't take the quarterback because the quarterback is. I don't know if he's able to give any great fantasy points, even though he was doing it earlier in the year. I think the offense has gotten the offense of the Detroit Lions. Some of the league or the rest of the league has caught up to it. They've been struggling with their offense lately, and that includes Jared Goff. So I wouldn't play Jared Goff in this matchup. But Jamal Williams, I knew DeAndre Swift was supposed to be coming back, but he was on the fence of coming back. So I think he's going to get used between the 20s, which is normal for him. I guess he's going to get used between the 20s. He likes catching the ball, but I don't think he's going to be an effective pass catcher in this game. I like Jamal Williams. He's the hammer, so to speak. The Mr. FSP likes to talk about the hammer. I'm talking about Jamal Williams. It's a goal line back, and he's very touchdown dependent. And I think he's a good play in this game. Khalif Raymond, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Who's the tight end? I don't even know the tight end's name. And then to make up for that is why I'm telling you Khalif Raymond. They're going to key on Jamari Alexander's going to key on Amon-Ra St. Brown. I still like Amon-Ra St. Brown in this game, and I like Khalif Raymond. I like Khalif Raymond, and it's playing at home, and they're going to move the ball on the Green Bay Packers. They're going to get in scoring range. Maybe not score touchdowns. They're going to get in scoring range. And I'm going back to the well again. Sam Ficken. I didn't curse. I didn't say a 4-letter word. I said Sam Ficken. Kicker. Play the kicker if you need a kicker. Mr. FSP, you got the reeling Green Bay Packers.
Well, to be honest, everyone's calling for the Packers to run the ball more. So am I. A little known fact, I read it earlier this morning. I didn't know that Green Bay went after Darren Waller. They went after him last year when they were trying to trade away Adams, and they made an offer to the Raiders just for the deadline.
Wow.
That tells me Robert Tonyan ain't long for this league or this team when they're looking to get that type of dynamic tight end, because they need somebody that can catch the ball. The Raiders didn't bite, obviously. But when you're looking at the development of Romeo Doubs, is Allen Lazard playing? My problem is this. A.J. Dillon needs to run the rock along with Aaron Jones, but Aaron Jones is really the only receiving threat the team has. Romeo Doubs, he's going to be a good one once they develop him. He's wearing Sterling Sharp's number, so maybe he'll turn into a Sterling Sharp with a longer career. But outside of those players, now check this out. I'm not telling you to play Aaron Rodgers.
Oh.
I'm
really?
not.
Oh.
I'm not. I'm not. If you look at the numbers, Jared Goff has better numbers than Aaron Rodgers. Just look at him. Now, of course, I've been in a couple of leagues where I've seen Aaron Rodgers and A.J. Dillon on the waiver wire. I snatched up Aaron Rodgers just because, but the fact that he's on waiver wires speaks volumes to the passing that's going on, or the lack thereof, in Green Bay. I can't in good conscience tell you to play him as your number one quarterback. I can't, because you're expecting so many points from your number one quarterback. I don't think he's going to give it to you. Not with this cast of characters. Even though Detroit has one of the worst defenses in the NFL, who's catching the ball? I might regret saying it, but I'm benching Aaron Rodgers
Ooh.
this
Oh my
week.
God. Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Even though it's up to you people, it's your teams. Detroit has one of the worst defenses. They fired their secondary coach, thinking that's the problem, and it is a secondary. But I think they're going to bone up. I really think they're going to bone up this game because they really don't have anybody to cover of significance. So that's what I got. Surprise, surprise, surprise.
That is a surprise.
That's my Gomer Pyle.
Okay. Okay. And okay, I'll move on. I'll give you that. The next game is the Las Vegas Raiders at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Talking about bad defenses, and I'm going to talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars. I play Trevor Lawrence, especially in Jacksonville against Las Vegas Raiders. We have one of the worst defenses with all that talent. We're one of the worst defenses in the league. I played Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, and if you're looking for a bye-week tight end, Evan Ingram. You know, they have, and I've said this multiple times, it's ironic when a team has a dynamic tight end, they're weak in defense against that same tight end. So I think Evan Ingram will be a good play in this game against the Las Vegas Raiders, with the Jacksonville Jaguars being at home. And I also played the number one wide receiver, Christian Kirk, even though you got to temper your expectations. But I like Christian Kirk in a flex or wide receiver 3-4 position there. Mr. FSP, you got the Raiders.
Well, I believe Devontae Adams is going to get force-fed. So obviously you're going to play him. But our buddy Q gave us a little tidbit that we didn't know about, at least I didn't know about, that Derek Carr is dealing with a lower back issue right now.
Yeah, I knew that.
And that can be a problem.
Yep.
That can be a problem, especially going deep or putting a lot of torque on your passes to get that power. Josh Jacobs left, Josh Jacobs right, Josh Jacobs up the middle. And I don't believe, I got to check. I guess we got to wait till the injury report comes out. But I do believe that Darren Waller has been ruled out already.
Yes.
And if that's the case, Hunter Renfrow becomes valuable. He's the short guy. Meaning not short in stature, but the short pass guy. And if Derek Carr can't get the ball out there deep and put a lot of torque on his passes, that's the guy that you really want to get for your PPR. I don't believe Devontae is going to get one pass for 3 yards again. If that happens, and don't get me wrong, Jacksonville has a very good defense, extremely good defense,
surprisingly good.
Yeah. So it's not going to be, easy as pie, but Josh Jacobs will eat, and I think Hunter Renfrow will eat as well. I hope Devontae eats because they're going to throw him the ball a lot. But I don't know in what capacity will those passes be.
Okay.
That's it.
So let's move on to the next game, which should be an interesting game. Indianapolis Colts at the New England Patriots. I have the Patriots. You have the Indianapolis Colts. And no Mac Jones. The only two guys I can honestly say to play in the in the uh in the Patriots,
Patriots.
yes, would be the Ramondre Stevenson and the Jacoby Myers. Thank you. Uh, in all due respect, is that the only two players? And you know what? Because I think they're going to put up points in this game. I believe they're going to put up points, and some of those points are going to be the kicker. Another kicker, Nick Foles, been around a long time, and
What are you unwrapping?
I'm wrapping a Cleveland Browns jacket that just got delivered to me. Okay.
Oh Lord.
Oh,
Does it
Lord.
have massage oil on it?
Yes, it does. I made sure that was the case. I made sure that was the case. Oh, I'm looking at it right now, and I'm very
Well,
impressed.
show your viewers. Show your viewers. It ain't many of them, but that look like a Taco Bell jacket.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Why is it not brown or orange?
Because I didn't want it that way. That's all right.
Well, that's all. Okay, all right.
This is a nice
So you're
jacket.
not really a.
Look. Look. Let me tell you.
It does look nice. It does look nice. I was
Okay.
just saying.
Okay.
You just don't want to support your team colors. You're like, I don't want to be seen, and I could cover it up.
You know, you can hate all you want. You know, I consider this.
I'm not
I consider
hating.
I consider the source, and most people consider the source. And just you make up your own minds, people, about who's the classiest person here. Anyway, it is what it is.
Oh, really?
Let's move on. Oh yes, really. Let's move on to the New England Patriots at hosting the Indianapolis Colts. And I know you're not going to
You
say
already
this.
did the Patriots, so I got the Colts though, right?
Yeah, you have the Colts. And I know you're not going to say this, but I'll say it after you finish with the Colts. New England Patriots, Ramondre Stevenson and Jacoby Myers are the only ones besides the kicker, I said, Nick Folk, that I suggest playing. I'm not a big Mac Jones fan. I don't think he's going to put up enough relevant fantasy points in this game. But I do think the New England Patriots are going to rack up some points in this game. I think they hit the 30 mark in this game. That's what I think of this game. You have the Indianapolis Colts, Mr. FSP.
With Jonathan Taylor out yet again, and probably for a couple more weeks, Deion Jackson is going to be your starting running back.
Let's say that again. Say it again.
With Philip Lindsay and Jeff Wilkins, keep messing with me, and Jeff Wilkins as his primary backup until Zach Moss gets caught up to speed, according to Frank Wright. Esslinger is a gunslinger. He is. First duty against the Washington Commanders, which wasn't easy, but he fared pretty well enough to almost win the game. Now he's going against the Belichick. You notice I didn't say the Patriots. I said the Belichick. And Belichick has had his way over the years with younger quarterbacks by fooling them. I don't expect much out of this Colts team unless it's on the ground. I really don't, because of what Belichick is going to do to play mind games with this young kid. I shouldn't say young kid. Esslinger has been in the league, this is his second year?
Second year.
But he hasn't seen any action until last week. So it is what it is. But Pittman might not get that good look this week. Campbell might not get that good look this week. But I do believe the ground game will have something. How much success? I don't know. The defense, Jerry believes 30 points or more is going up by the Patriots. Look, when Shaq Leonard is in that lineup, that defense plays pretty well. Gilmore is no joke. I think Gilmore can lock down Pittman. Can lock down Jacoby Myers. But we'll see. We shall see. He got beat on like 4 or 5 plays by Terry McLaurin last week, but those were in rub routes, and that very long pass that set up the game-winning touchdown that was really should have been an interception, but Terry McLaurin took it away from Gilmore. I don't think Myers is going to take it away from Gilmore if that happens in this game. So I'm going to tell you play that defense. I'm going to tell you to play. I think it's going to be a closer game.
Okay. I just want to say that we have to talk after this program because we have to talk. Okay. Anyway,
Lord, this dude.
No. You got to keep an open mind, man. Not just think something's drastically wrong. No, we have to talk. This is crucial time. This is week 9. We got 3 to 4 more weeks before the end of Vegas season. So we got to talk.
Well, let's update the people. Let's update the people on that situation, where we're at right now, and what we stand to win if we hold out the next 3 weeks.
Go right ahead. Call it out.
Okay, so people, I'm gonna come on camera for this.
Oh,
let me
drum roll, please.
Well, I'm gonna try. Try because
no problem.
I just stopped driving.
Okay.
Hello, ladies.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And you
That's
talk
right.
about
Salute me.
Yeah.
Salute me. That's right. I will.
Wait a minute. There you go. What kind of salute is this? What kind of salute is that?
I did, dude. For index, dude. See, you got that officer salute. That week, I'm crooked. I got arthritis in my hand salute.
Because I work so
Get
hard.
it straight. Yeah, right. Doing nothing. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's the deal. Before I jump back off, because I got to go inside the house where my dogs. Well, you know what? I'll stay out here as long as this show ain't too long. So Jerry and I, after all the bickering of this old man, all the fighting and impatience of this old man, we are sitting in first.
You talking about
listen, every broke clock is right at least twice in a day.
And I've been okay. I'm not even going to go into that. Go ahead.
Yes, let's not. But after all the hubbub and the hubbubaloo, JT and I are sitting in first place, right? With 3 weeks left until the end of the regular season. And we're only 7 points off of the total point leader. What does that mean in this league? So if we win the regular season, finish number 1, we get $2,000 straight cash money. If we finish the season number 1 and the points leader, we get an additional, $1,500? I think it is.
Yeah.
For a total of $3,500. Just to finish the season number 1 and with the point leader. Then we start the league playoff. If we finish first, we get an additional $2,000 and a free entry, $2,000 value, into next year's championship. If for whatever reason we finish second, we get an additional $1,500 and entry into next year's championship. So,
we at? Hello? Oh, I lost Mr. FP. So, it's vital for us to win these next weeks to secure that cash and be able to get into the league playoffs. And hopefully we do well in that. I don't know what happened to Mr. FSP. But we'll move on to the next game, and hopefully he comes back or is able to come back. He probably doesn't realize that he's out. Anyway, let's move on to the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. I'll take the home team first, and then I'll move over to the Buffalo Bills unless Mr. FSP comes back. Let's look at the New York Jets. I don't like Zach Wilson, and hold on a minute. I wouldn't suggest playing Zach Wilson in this matchup. I think the Jets, if they're smart, are going to want to run the football and try to keep the ball away from the Buffalo Bills in a high-powered offense as long as they can. And hold on, let me see if he's coming. Okay, all right. Are you ready to finish this? Finish what you had to say or no?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure if I got my house internet or my truck internet. I'm a baller. But anyway. What I was saying is Jerry and I are playing in a very high stakes tournament. And for us to make this feat together, even though he's the old yin and I'm the young yang, it's being fruitful because I will tell you the precursor to this. At the end of the draft, several people came up to us and made comments that were positive for our team. Right? You don't normally get that at these live drafts for these big events. I mean, even the player that we knew from different tournament said, "Yeah, I see y'all as a strong team," and we are. I will tell you.
We both thought that.
I will, huh?
I said we both came to the conclusion at the end of the draft that we had a pretty good team.
Yes, and we bucked the trend of what that type of draft in Vegas is like. Receiver. No, you don't necessarily have to do that. All you need to do is find receivers that are going to be consistent and get running backs that are dual threats.
I talk about it all the time.
Or if you got Henry or Chubb, of course, but they're dependent on the touches as well. But outside of that, get dual threat running backs and a quarterback that's going to sling the rock or run the rock or do both. But anyway, we stand a good chance. I don't know if we can win the big pot, but we're going to win this league. And I hope we win the playoffs because we got a problem. Yeah. Week 14.
Thank you.
Whatever. Week 14 is only 2-week playoff. It's a 2-week playoff. And week 14, we lose 5 of our top tier players, but our backups, 6, but our backups at those positions are fairly good. Now, what we need is for week 13 to be a outstanding week so that we have so many points that's going to be hard for any of the other 3 teams to catch us. So that's where we're at. And hopefully we will succeed and finish out the season at number 1, collect that cha-ching, split that money, and then next year, get ready to go back. Even though I don't know if we're going to be doing it together again. I don't know, man. I don't know. I done told Jerry. He going to have to come out of his pockets. But if we get that free entry, then we'll do the league together. But then I want Jerry to get another team so me, him, and Q can go head to head against 7 other people.
5 other people. I mean, Nine other people, because it's easy. I lost them again. Nine other people, because most of these leagues are 12 teams. So if we have three people, me, a Victor, and a friend of ours into a league, we need nine other people to complete the 12-team league. All right, I lost them again. So let's go back into the matchups. Like I said, I don't like Zach Wilson. I do like Michael Carter and Tyler. I do. Let me put it this way: you got a strong Bills defense with a strong pass rush. What's the best friend of a young quarterback? Is the tight end, and that's Tyler Conklin. He's going to need to get the ball out quick against this defense and make better decisions than he made last week. And that means throwing to a safe option, which is the tight end in Tyler Conklin. I expect Tyler Conklin to have a fairly good day in catching, and maybe not a lot of receptions. I mean, not receiving yards, but catching the football. I do expect him to get into double digits in that vein. On the Buffalo Bills side, come on, people. Buffalo Bills. You're going to take Josh Allen. You know you're going to take Josh Allen. Devin Singletary, I would take him. Devin Singletary, I would take him. What's going on with you, man?
Well, because I'm in my car, in my truck.
I lost him again.
No, you didn't. I'm right here.
Okay. You blacked out for a minute. Okay.
Well, no, I got you. It's the weather conditions here in the Great North West, and I'm sitting in my truck using my truck Wi-Fi because I don't want to go inside and my dogs make a lot of noise. So it keeps going in and out.
So I started the Buffalo Bills. I haven't finished it. Talk to me about the Buffalo Bills against the Jets.
So Buffalo goes to New York. Listen, Stephon Diggs is the leading receiver in the NFL right now. Quietly too, by the way.
Yes, sir.
Josh Allen is that dude. Big arm. Here's what I think. I think Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills go to the Super Bowl. I think Josh Allen becomes the MVP, and they lose to Philadelphia in the Super Bowl. That's what I think. But the problem with Buffalo is this. Josh Allen has to be the hammer. Honestly. You trade away Zach Moss, which is the hammer, to get Nehemiah Hines, which tells you that Cook isn't ready to take on that role. Cook should be, but apparently he hasn't got the favor of the ownership. Somebody said this is an example of what?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm just playing. Don't worry about it. Just keep going.
Okay. And Devin Singletary is very good, but when it comes wintertime and it's cold, neither one of those guys are that hammer that Josh Allen will be. But in this game, Sauce Gardner and Stephon Diggs should be a very good matchup. That tells me that Isaiah McKenzie and Davis need to step their game up. I don't know what the weather is like over there in your neck of the woods, JT, but if it's raining and cold, I don't know how good the passing game is going to be for Buffalo. But
Buffalo's quite
Zach
a while.
Thomas,
Quite a ways
Zach
away
Wilson.
from me. Buffalo's like 4 hours north of me. So the weather
I know, but I'm talking about
up in Buffalo is like right now
they're not playing in Buffalo. Are they playing in New York? Are they playing at the Jets? Or are they playing in Buffalo?
I'm sorry, you're right. They're playing in New Jersey. Yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
Right
So
now,
that's what I said.
the weather is about in the 70s here. It's cloudy and in the 70s. I don't think we're expecting any rain today. So
okay.
let me put it this way. I would think it would be ideal conditions as long as it be ideal conditions. It's not expected to rain today. So it's warm conditions, and weather shouldn't be a factor. Let me put it that way. Weather should not be a factor in this game. All right, let's move on to another game, which happens to be.
Okay, I had to go off camera for a hot second.
Okay. Which happens to be the Minnesota Vikings at the Washington Commanders. I'll take the Washington Commanders, and hopefully Victor will come back soon and give me the Minnesota Vikings. Uh, you know what? I was skeptical before, but I'm not going to be skeptical in this. I would play Taylor Heineke in this game. I would play Taylor Heineke in this game. And the fact is this: Antonio Gibson, Brian Robinson. I don't know why Brian Robinson hasn't broken out yet. He has had more than enough time to acclimate himself after his incident happened before the season. I don't know if that's the way they're using him or the dysfunction of the offensive line, but the high expectations that were of Brian Robinson have not been met, and I don't expect this to happen for Brian Robinson in this game. I do like Antonio Gibson for the simple fact he's a dual threat. He can run the football, and he can catch a lot of football. And that's why I like Antonio Gibson in this game. I like Terry McLaurin in this game. Now, I was going to say this off camera, but I say it on camera, okay? I'll say it on camera about Terry McLaurin.
Here we go.
I had talked to Mr. FSP about our two wide receivers, Terry McLaurin and Amari Cooper, that they were boom or bust. I no longer believe that. These are the two number one wide receivers. If you look at both of them, they've had a total up to this point, 2 off games out of the 8 games out of the 7 games they played. 2 off games. Otherwise, they've been consistent. These are 2 bona fide for their teams, number 1 wide receivers. These are 2 for their teams, bona fide number 1 wide receivers. They may be in fantasy, they may be number 2s, but they are 2 bona fide number 1 wide receivers for the team, and they're going to get the looks. Okay? So I changed my opinion of both these players. I thought both of these players were boom or bust. They're no longer, in my opinion, boom or bust. It's been too many weeks where they've been boom versus bust. So these are dependable wide receivers. They depend on their quarterback to get them the football like they should, because they're their team's number 1 wide receiver. Okay? That's what I had to say. I was going to say it off camera, but I'll say it on camera.
You had to swallow your pride to say that, huh?
No, I had to look. I keep it 100, man. I had to keep it 100. All right.
No. All right, but check it out.
Let me finish because I haven't finished watching.
I thought you were done.
No. I like Taylor Heineke. I'll finish these real quick. I like Taylor Heineke. I like Terry McLaurin. I don't know what role now Curtis Samuel plays. He was a strong role when Carson Wentz was playing. But I think he's taken definitely a secondary role because Terry McLaurin seems like he's getting the majority, which he should, of the looks in this offense. And Logan Thomas, I don't know if he's going to be playing or not. If he's playing,
he played last week. He played last week and didn't get that many targets, but he played last week. He should be playing this week too.
Well, let me put it this way: second game back, coming from an injury, I think he's going to get used in the offense more. And if at the least a desperation play for a tight end you may not have, it would be Logan Thomas. You have the Minnesota Vikings.
Look, Washington's wearing their battle black, aka, in my opinion, their version of Pittsburgh Steelers jerseys. Kirk Cousins does well at FedEx. He doesn't deal well with pressure, though. Chase Young is supposed to return, and Montez Sweat, Payne, and Allen and company are coming. I think Jamin Davis is going to meet Dalvin Cook in the hole. So that's going to be a battle. But you got to play Dalvin Cook. The real battle is going to be this. It's going to be between Fuller and Jefferson. And I think Jefferson's going to whoop that trick. And I'm a Commanders fan. But if you look at the other side, you got a converted safety playing corner, covering Adam Thielen.
Really? Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, he's good. He's St. Juice or St. Justice. I think it's St. Juice. And then Mongoose. Their safety's converted to corner.
Oh, that's not good.
That's because the Washington Commanders traded away J.C. Jackson and benched him like 3 weeks ago. But Adam Thielen should eat, along with the newly acquired T.J. Hockenson. They're gonna roast that secondary. Bobby McCain and Cam Curl are very good, but somebody's gonna get loose in that secondary. I'm just telling you. That's going to be a very high-scoring game. You play every offensive weapon, including Captain Kirk from Minnesota. I don't know how Taylor Heineke's going to deal with that defense of Washington. I mean, of Minnesota. But I like McLaurin versus Roll. Not Roll. I'm going back in the day. You know what I'm talking about, JT? Patrick Peterson. Yes. Patrick Peterson. I think he's going to go at him. And he's going to win some of them. But Pat P going to be on his butt like I don't know what, even though he's old. So I'm not saying play Minnesota's defense, but Joseph should have plenty of kicking opportunities. So play that kicker. That's what I got.
All right, let's move on to the Seattle Seahawks at the Arizona Cardinals. Mr. FSP.
Why you smile on that one so hard?
Mr. FSP, you have the Seattle Seahawks and Geno Smith. I have the Arizona Cardinals and Kyler Murray. You got to play Kyler Murray. I'm telling you.
Yes! 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 Say it louder.
You got to play Kyler Murray. This is fantasy football.
Damn.
And he can put up numbers against this defense. And they're playing at home. Kyler Murray does play better at home. And he's got his new toy back. That's DeAndre Hopkins. And if you have DeAndre Hopkins on your team and you don't play him, you must be 2-6.
Crazy.
1-7. Maybe even 3-5. Maybe put it that way. You got to play DeAndre Hopkins. Eno Benjamin looks like he's going to play, and James Conner is a game time decision, and that's
Connor's playing.
And Connor's playing. I don't expect Connors to be used a lot. Maybe used near the goal line because he's the hammer back. Versus in between the 20s, and that's how I envision him. Just like DeAndre Swift or some of these other running backs that get used in between the 20s, and then they bring in a power back to hammer the ball into the end zone. Benjamin, I think, is a between the 20s back. James Conner is red zone back. That's how I see this happening. But you got to play DeAndre Hopkins, Rondale Moore, Zach Ertz, because Kyler Murray spreads the ball around well, even though the main receiver is DeAndre Hopkins. Mr. FSP, you have Geno and the Seattle Seahawks.
I don't like Geno, even though Jerry does. It's okay. He's winning, though. That's the thing. He's winning. Is he somebody you're going to put? I'll put it this way. I feel more comfortable playing Geno this week than I do Aaron Rodgers. That's how I feel about it this week.
And Aaron Rodgers plays the Detroit Lions. Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I don't trust, just like Aaron, I don't trust his receiving core.
Yeah.
Just like Aaron.
Yeah.
But Geno has DK, his tight ends, and Goodwin
No.
or Godwin.
Lockett.
No, Lockett's out. Unless you saw something I didn't see.
Let me see. No, hold on.
Please check, because I don't believe Lockett's playing this week.
Hold on.
Okay, well, let me finish talking about the other players. You
Go
can
ahead.
correct me.
Go ahead.
But the biggest play and the most natural play is going to be Kenneth Walker. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenneth Walker is the absolute truth. I wish I could have grabbed him off of our waiver wire because he is a sure bona fide keeper dynasty type player. He's what is making Geno look so good because play action is what that system is all about. And Kenneth Walker is a banger who is going to be able to catch the ball out the backfield as well. So with that being the case, yeah, I'll play Geno. I'm playing DK. I'm playing Kenneth Walker. I don't know which tight end to play though. And I'm damn sure playing.
Will Dissly is probably the most safest of the tight ends you want to play. I know that he uses both, but in my opinion, the more reliable one is Will Dissly. Tyler Lockett was removed from the Week 9 injury report and will play against the Cardinals.
Okay, well, that's another helter-skelter guy, but somebody he can throw to. He's up and down like a roller coaster. But Myers, play the kicker.
Yep.
Second best kicker in the league right now. Second best kicker in the league. We had the option of keeping him or Bass, and we kept Bass because Bass is the better kicker and he's on the team that scores more. But yeah, that's what I got. I will say this though. It's gonna be an interesting matchup with the young rookie cornerback that has had interceptions in the past 4 games against Hopkins. Hopkins might do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight on him, but Kyler got to put that ball where it's supposed to be. That's going to be an interesting matchup.
You're a funny guy, man. You are a funny guy. Let's move on to another.
To all the ladies out there, I am taken, but don't I look good?
Yeah. Hey, let me tell you something, people. He only says that because his wife isn't around.
I just said I'm taken.
Yeah.
I just said I'm taken.
Yeah, okay.
Got the ring on.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go to the LA Rams at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 2 teams reeling. 2 teams that you just like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're going to get. These are 2 teams like that. You don't know if Tom Brady, who I'm going to take, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to show up. You got Tom Brady, Leonard Fournette, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans.
Julio.
No, Julio. Julio's an afterthought. Julio's a strong afterthought.
He ain't, but
he's a strong afterthought.
You're gonna be wrong again. I'm telling you.
No, Julio's an afterthought. I'm telling you right now. As long as Chris Godwin and Mike Evans are on the field, Julio is going to get an occasional taste. 2 or 3.
Okay, I know this is your turn, but I got to debate you on that. Otten is a good tight end, young rookie tight end, but Julio's getting those looks. Julio had 6 targets. He only had like 3 catches and a touchdown last game, but 6 targets is not an afterthought.
Wait a minute.
It's not an afterthought. I'm just going to put that out there.
Wait a minute. But 3 catches is an afterthought. Wait a minute.
But one of them was a touchdown. One of them was a touchdown.
Stop.
I'm just saying.
I got to bring in.
Oh, Q dog. We lost our money last night, Q. Damn USC killing our money. Unmute yourself.
I thought we had it, bro. I thought we had it.
Me too. I was counting that $1,200.
Damn.
I was counting it.
Damn.
All right. So you
What's up, Jerry?
Hey! I'm glad glad you got the link and decided to join us. I appreciate it.
Thanks for rejecting my trade.
Hey! Look, I told
Oh.
you. Wait a minute. I told you I'd think about it, and I didn't take too long to even respond back to it. So, anyway, what did I say? Did I give you a text and say we'll revisit it after the?
Wow.
Okay. So I did respond to you, and it's not like I was going to shut you out completely. But I did tell you that we'll address it after the games are played. So
Don't trust Jerry.
you don't trust me. Come on, stop.
Jerry?
We've
How many more games we got? How many more games we got to go over?
2, I think. 2 more games.
Okay.
Yeah,
but don't trust him. Don't trust.
3 more games, including the one we're talking about. Okay. Q and I.
Roll bounce. Let's roll bounce.
Q and I always fairly trade with each other. Unlike.
Well, why trade this week? Q's gonna beat your ass because y'all play each other, even though his team is I ain't, and you know.
Hey, what do you mean why trade? It's going to be after week.
I said
9.
this week. This week.
It's going to be after week 9, going into week 10. So it doesn't make a difference. He's not going to get players. I'm not going to get players until week 10.
That's true, and I beat both of y'all.
And Q, did you hear what I just said?
Yeah, I heard.
We're not going to get players until week 10, meaning we are going to commit a trade. That's what I'm telling you.
No, you're not. No, come see me, Q. You know I'm on the level.
We are going to do a trade. I wanted you to catch that when I said that.
Vic, you want
trade.
You want a starter for like somebody on IR. That's what you be doing.
Who does that?
Vic.
Oh yeah, you don't have to tell me.
Ooh, Jerry, that's right. That's exactly what Jerry does. I don't know what you're talking about.
Just like you said, he believes in fair trading, and so do I. And I've said it for a long time. You have said it publicly.
In dominating in trade. I believe in dominating trades. Yeah.
No, you believe in completely annihilating someone in some trade, and then this is it.
Can we get to the games?
Wait a minute. No, because no. And after he does that, he talks about it. Like, throwing it into somebody's face. Come on, man. Come on. Where is your class at? You just take the trade and go home.
And what you say, Jerry, is all's fair in love, war, and fantasy. Yeah, that's where it is. That's where it is.
Yeah, you know what? If one person has won a trade over another, I could care less. The trade is trade. The two owners have agreed on a trade. That's it. Anyway, let's move on to Mr. FSP takes the LA Rams.
All right, LA Rams. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, Cam Akers will play depending upon the flow of the game. That's what his coach, McVay, said. McVay also said earlier this week, he is tired of wasting plays running the ball.
Cam, can you hear me, Cam?
That's any of their running backs. So either Higbee and Robinson going to help Cooper Kupp out, or Cooper Kupp's just going to be like beat down for the next 2 to 3 years because he's catching the ball and getting hit all over the place. Somebody's got to show up. Van Jefferson. Somebody. What happened to Aaron Donald, Bobby Wagner, Ramsey, and the other safety being a force? That Ram defense ain't no force. You know why? They don't have that edge rusher. They don't have that dominant edge rusher. So I look for Aaron Donald to cause havoc up the middle in Tom Brady's face. That's where you throw Tom Brady off. Aaron Donald's good at it, and that offensive line is not that good at protecting. So will there be opportunities for Godwin, Julio, Mike Evans, and company? Yes, but that run game has got to do something. And if you're trying to trade LeGarrette Blount at this point in time, don't expect much for him. You might get an IR player because that's what's going on with that type of play. Yeah, the better running back is White. The better running back is White at this point in time. Just putting it out there for anybody that's trying to trade Leonard Fournette. I mean, I'd take him, but not for a lot. Anyway, the Rams, I think they're going to shut down that run game even further. But I think the Rams don't have enough to beat Tampa because I think the players is no one to help Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford.
Okay.
No one.
Okay. I'm gonna pat myself on the back here for a minute. For a minute. If I don't know anything, I know running backs.
You don't know anything.
If I don't know anything about fantasy football, I know running backs. And this is the deal this week with the LA Rams. You got Cam Akers, Darrell Henderson, Ronnie Rivers are going to be running the football. This is put up or shut up week. Put up or shut up week for those running backs. If you I didn't know about that about Sean McVay saying he's tired of wasting running game plays on running the football. This is put up or shut up for those three running backs. Who's going to be
Pretty
the
much,
one?
yeah.
Who's going to be the 1, 2, and whatever in those running backs is this week? Because he's used a variety of running backs, those three running backs, over the last several weeks, and none of them, and to the point that he's come up and said, "I'm tired of wasting plays on running the football." This is put up or shut up. Q, I'm telling you right now, there's somebody on your roster that I want, and I'm going after him.
I think I know who you want.
Okay.
Is it the Rams guy?
I'm just saying, this week.
I want Walker. I want Walker.
This week is put up or shut up on the Rams running back. I'm telling you, it's put up or shut up.
So you want Rivers? Okay, cool.
I don't
I
want no
want
damn
Walker.
Rivers. I don't want no damn Rivers.
I don't have
no. Hell no.
Oh, you want Cam?
Nah, I don't have Cam. You don't.
Don't say anything. Don't say. Don't say
I
anything.
want Walker. I want Fournette. So
You know, I already told you Walker's gonna be my keeper for next year. Bro.
I know that. I'm not even going to ask. I know better than that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go.
Can we go to the next game?
We're going.
Please.
We're
Why
going.
you-
We're
Why
going
you
to do
mad,
it.
Bill? This is Jerry's show.
Yes, it is. Thank you. Thank you. That's why I'm not paying attention to
Okay,
him.
Q.
Hey,
Okay, Q.
hey, let me tell you something.
Bet.
We're going to do a trade. I'm telling you right now, we are going to do a trade. It's 100% guaranteed. Okay?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
Yes, it is.
Q.
Look, I said it on
Come
air.
see your boy. Come see your boy before you go see the old man. Come see your boy before you go see the old man.
We have dealt before, and we have
go to the next game?
dealt before.
Please.
Oh,
So Q and I.
that's what
Q and I have as well.
Jerry's the one I've done the most trades with since I've been on this league.
Thank you very much. Thank you
That's
very much.
fine. That's fine. But
Thank you very much.
Mhm.
You know, no risk
But
it, no,
Jerry has
no risk it, no biscuit, man. That's how I believe in. You know,
Jerry's desperate. I understand.
I'm not desperate. You should be more desperate than I am. You're behind
I'm
me.
about to be tied with you with your record, and I'm gonna take your spot and leapfrog you. You going back down, Slim. Understand that. Understand that.
You know,
The king is ascending to the throne.
yeah, okay. You know what happened to the king?
No,
The King of
they
Thrones?
all live happily ever.
Yeah,
They
they
all
did.
live happily.
You know,
Go to the next game,
you're
bro.
right.
I gotta
You're
go
right.
inside.
lived-
I gotta go inside.
You know, they lived happily ever after in the afterlife. because they all got off. So let's move on to the next game, which
Actually, I
would
got the
be
phone. Go
the
ahead.
Tennessee Titans at the 8:20 game against the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll take the Kansas City Chiefs, Mr. FSP, and I'll let the Q jump in on this. Take either one. Let me put it that way. I give Q the option of going one way or the other.
How the hell does a rookie get? Okay, all right. Can't even bring us donuts.
Q, say it again. Say it again.
It's Jerry show.
Thank you. Thank you. Anyway, let's move on to the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. You got to play back. There's no two ways about it. I got to believe Isaiah Pacheco sooner or later is going to take over this backfield. He's been getting sporadic touches. He started, but he really didn't do too much with those touches. And in fact, I don't think they gave him a really adequate chance with those touches. I'm not a big Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Jerick McKinnon is even more effective because he's involved in the passing game a lot more than Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he gets more looks. Let me put it that way. Juju Smith-Schuster is the number one wide receiver. McCole Hardman is getting more and more touches. So I would say play those two wide receivers. And Kadarius Toney is going to get a taste. He may not be fully incorporated into the offense, but I think he's going to probably play the Tyreek role. Probably the Tyreek role, a big play wide receiver. And then, of course, Travis Kelce, you got to play. Mr. FSP, you got the Tennessee Titans.
Derrick Henry left, Derrick Henry right, Derrick Henry up the middle, and Malik Willis will run the rock. They're going to do a lot of read option. Malik Willis might not throw for a lot, but he's going to run the rock. And if they try to control the game through the ground, which they normally do, don't look for much from the wide receivers or the tight end. Understand this. The man threw the ball 10 times last week. But if you're in a two quarterback league, and you're scraping the bottom of the barrel or whatever, and you got to take a chance, I'd play Malik because Tannehill doesn't look like he's going to play. And I think he was gun shy last week about taking away from Derrick Henry. But you can't continue to give Derrick Henry the ball 30 times a game and him not break down, even though he's getting 200 yards a game. So Malik Willis is going to have to do something with his arm. I don't believe he's going to go to those receivers, though. I think it's going to be more of his legs and try to throw the ball. Different defensive, different schemes. Kansas City is a different beast. But I'm going to tell you to play the kicker and Derrick Henry in this game. That's about it.
All right, Q, you got your choice of any of those players, basically an overview of this game fantasy-wise.
Well, the only player I would play in any of those games is, of course, Mahomes and Derrick Henry. I just don't see anybody. I see Tennessee double teaming Travis Kelce the whole game, so I don't think he's going to get that many touches. But other than that, I don't see any other more than those two players producing anything double-digit wise. But I think Kansas City's going to blow them out anyways.
Okay. All right, let's move on to the next game, which would be the last game, which would be the Monday night game, which would be the Baltimore Ravens at the New Orleans Saints. I'm going to take, let me see if Mr. FSP is back. No, he's not. I'm going to take the New Orleans Saints, and if here he's back now. You back?
I'm here. I gotta jump from screen to screen, but I'm back. Just go ahead.
Okay, this is the last game. New Orleans playing at home against the Baltimore Ravens visiting. I'll skip the quarterback, even though he may throw for close to 300 yards, believe it or not, against this Baltimore Ravens defense. I'll skip Andy Dalton. He's only used in a two-quarterback league. Let me put it that way. You got to go to Alvin Kamara and Chris, thank you, Nemo, Chris Olave. And then, thank you, Mr. FSP, Taysom Hill. Okay, Mr. FSP, you got the Baltimore Ravens, and then Q, you got the overview. Where the heck is he at?
Gentlemen,
Go ahead.
I'm right here. I told you, I'm jumping between screens. I got stuff I got to do.
Okay.
So you're welcome for Taysom Hill because you're a non-believer, and I had to help you out again.
Deion Jackson.
Somebody don't listen.
Deion Jackson. That's okay.
One player. I can name all out. Anyway, let me keep my composure. I'm in uniform. Anyway,
I got to do anything.
I got to keep my military bearing when I'm dealing with civilian personnel that just don't know anything. But
yeah, okay.
Bro, just chill. So Baltimore.
I don't know. You tell me
Listen.
I don't know anything. You told me I don't know anything, but you
Well, I
told me
mean, 1930s. You know, when you served in 1930, things have changed. But let me finish. So Andrews, doubtful. Edwards, doubtful. Deshaun Jackson playing his first game. Devin Duvernay, a little nicked up but consistent. Kenyon Drake is that bell cow right now on that team, along with Lamar. And if you know Andrews ain't playing, Isaiah Likely is a must play. He is a must play. The defense, they got Raekwon. Okay, I'll hurry up. They got Raekwon, and I think that
there we go.
That improves along, of course, with their kicker. Go ahead, Q.
I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. Probably under 40 for sure. But I like New Orleans winning this game.
Oh, and Latimer is out, by the way.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't matter. He was out last week. They still won.
I know. I'm just saying. Jerry thought he was back this week.
Okay. All right. So that's the wrap up week 9. A very crucial week for a lot of teams. This is a crucial week. 4 and 5, 5 and 4, 6 and 3, 7 and 2, or undefeated, like we know one person in our league is. That's what's going to happen. If you are 3 and 5, you can't afford to lose. You can't afford to lose. If you're 4 and 4, you're on the edge. 5 and 3, you're a little bit more comfortable. 6 and 2, you that much more comfortable. And 7 and 2, 7 and 1, and 8 and 0 are more likely, unless you take a total dive to make the playoffs.
Real quick, JT. Real quick, Q. Give the people a teaser to play today.
How many teams?
16 teaser.
Well, 16 teaser. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna dry it up real quick for you.
All right, go ahead, Jerry. Because he could be our gambling guy, Jerry.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
That's no problem. That's no problem. Tune in next week, week 10, and hopefully you've gotten a win this week. Hopefully we're getting you a win this week, and you're close, one step closer more to the playoffs. If you're 500 or below, your percentage of getting into the playoffs quite naturally drops. And if you're 3 and 5, you can't afford to lose any more games. You really can't afford to lose any more games at 3 and 5. 4 and 4, you're on the edge. Huh?
I said that will be you facing Q.
I'm not 3 and 5. I'm 4 and 4.
All right, I got that 16 teaser. You guys want it?
By the way, Q.
Oh, yes.
I like this 16 teaser. I would take the Patriots plus
Look,
1.
Jerry's writing it down. Jerry's writing it down.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And if somebody wants to take a look at it, they should write it down also.
I think you should take a look at it too. Vic.
Yeah.
You know
I
I
like
am.
the Patriots +1. I like Buffalo -4.5. I like the Packers +2. And I like the Falcons +8.5. And I like the Bengals -1. And I like the Rams +9. That's my 6-team teaser right there.
Bengals -1.
No, yeah, Bengals -1.
And what's the last one?
The Rams +9.
So Pats, Bills, Packers, Bengals, Rams, and what's the other team?
The Falcons.
He likes the Falcons +8.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
You mean the Packers are not favored?
No, the Packers are favorite.
Oh, you like the Packers -2 then?
No, this is +2 because it's a teaser.
Oh, okay.
Teasing the points.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, you get 6.5 points on a teaser, Jerry.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, all right. Good enough. I may
Let's go make some money, ladies and gentlemen.
I may rush to my source and do that, or I may just jump on my phone and do it.
Yes.
We are. I know Q and I are.
Yeah.
All right. With that being said, I really appreciate Q coming up here. We're going to do a deal, Q, and Mr. FSP.
No, you're not, Q.
And yes, we are. And anyway, yes, we are. And
Front leaning rest position move.
Regardless of your rejection, regardless of you not approving the trade, it's going to happen. It's just going to happen.
Listen, gentlemen, y'all forget there's a third wheel here. I'm willing to will and deal. Now, I wouldn't have thrown draft picks. I wouldn't have thrown draft picks because I know y'all are coming back next year.
There's no will and deal.
I know you're coming back next year. I got draft picks on.
I already told him that this is a guarantee that's going to happen.
Okay, all right.
I don't break my word. This is a guarantee that's going to happen.
Oh, that. Okay, all right. Okay.
This guy over here. That guy over here.
What?
Garden snake.
Oh,
a garden snake.
I'll be a garden snake, but you are an anaconda viper.
Yeah.
So I ain't worried about that.
Yeah.
You're a mixture. You're an anaconda and a viper mixed.
Okay. I'll be mixed, and I'll still make a trade with Q.
So next Saturday, ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be a new intro for the FSP show. You're going to see Jerry. Thanks, Q. I got it. You're going to see a mixture of video on top of the audio. And if I get it right, I'm saying bye-bye to Blog Talk. I may be saying bye-bye to Blog Talk if I get this right, because it's happening. You're going to see Jerry and his antics will be immortalized forever.
People,
start of the show, end of the show.
I'm going to say people are back to crazy on his show, which is fine. That's just my MO when I get upset.
Yeah, he crazy. He just crazy.
I never said I wasn't.
I'm wrong.
I never said I wasn't emotional.
Well,
Never
you
said
just
that.
throw tantrums and you won't say a word.
All right.
I
got
about we got to get out of here, and I want to thank my partner in crime over here and my trade partner down there. That
ain't trading with you.
That we are going to get out of here for now. Appreciate the love. Until 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time next Sunday, we're out of here. See ya. I appreciate it, man. Monday, you'll get an offer.
We'll see what's up. Good luck this week.
All right, you too, man. You too.
All right, late.
See ya.